So the dealership gave me the C-Class car to drive while they work on my SUV, and we're still on the holiday, so I thought I would give, you know, a pretty good review of what's going on. Since we're in the car right now, I'm going to say that style-wise, it's a pretty cramped car, and there's no sunroof in this one, but it's pretty comfortable. It handles really well. The one thing that's really annoying is when we get to a traffic light, and you press on the brake, the car shuts off, and you get this A right here. It's like good for the environment or whatever, but it's automatically, you can turn it off from the dashboard, but it turns back on every time you restart the car. As far as the screen goes, I think it's a very nice screen, but look, annoying magpies. It's a very nice screen, but it kind of sticks out a bit. Leather seats are pretty nice, and I like the sewing on the door handles. The fuel consumption is actually pretty good in the city. It was sitting around 3 or 4 on the highway. It's gonna take a few minutes to adjust, but it was around 4 or 5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is pretty good. The transmission is very smooth, and this car definitely has a lot of power. And of course, it's got the blind spot detectors in the mirrors, which they work pretty well. It won't let you change lanes if there's a car in your blind spot, so I like that. But it does accelerate very fast if you wanted to. We don't want to get into too much trouble, but we're going to show you just how fast we can go. We're going to try and get on the Hyundai. Of course, there's the bastards today out there with a photo radar, so we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. Even on a curve, we're already at 70 kilometers an hour. It won't let you set the destination while driving. Yeah, it will say when you press if you try to search, for example, it will, but if you try to enter an address, it will say function unavailable while the vehicle is in motion. We can access the operator's manual. Again, it doesn't work while you're in drive, even though I'm actually, stopped here. It won't allow me to. But under dynamic select, we can configure how comfortable the car is. So with the engine, for example, we can choose between comfort, sport, manual, and eco. Speaking of which, you all notice that we have paddle shifters here. It does show you what gear you're on, and you can adjust to manual, and you can shift up and down manually. Where did that car come? Probably here. This is how they drive on cops, by the way. It doesn't like potholes very much. Whoa. Now there's one cool thing that it can do. If it thinks you're going to crash, it will warn you. Get it to activate when I wanted to. I should mention, a lot of these buttons are kind of redundant because you can access them here with a mouse pad, but especially they're kind of hard to see at night anyways. They do light up, but they don't light up very brightly, so I think they're kind of pointless. I think the speedometers, they kind of look a bit tacky. I would keep them totally black. I don't like the gray. Also don't like the gray interior. I think if you put a piece of leather here, it would be a lot more stylish. The seats are totally adjustable, even this part that extends. There's a flap, or there's a handle underneath that lets you extend this part of the seat forward and back. So that's something to consider. It's got a lot of speakers. It's got 2, 4, and it's got a very roomy compartment here. You can charge 2 USB phones as well if you wanted to. And this thing moves up and down, so that's handy. The back seats are pretty nice and roomy. I don't usually ride in the back. There's this bastard hiding here. He's just busy snapping out photo radar, giving us tickets for no goddamn reason. I don't usually take this. This is usually where I go to work from, so I don't care. He's always watching the lane going the opposite direction, so I usually don't get nailed until I come back home. Usually I'm in a hurry to get to work, but not so much of a hurry on the way back. There's too much traffic right now. I wanted to put the pedal to the metal really, and I can't. I'm really sorry. There's too much traffic right now. I can't put any music from radio, because then YouTube will remove my video. And they'll say I stole all the songs, but I can just go do 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 do. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Doesn't really handle as well as my SUV does at a higher speed. I mean, I wish it did. I think I can do about 180 on my SUV on this road, no problem. But with this car, I don't want to go past 140, I would say. Plus, you gotta keep watching out for the bastards, the 5-0, always out looking to give me a ticket. I don't know what the hell they keep building here. It seems like every time they find a piece of empty land in the city, they just gotta build something. I mean, I don't know. This traffic light. I know if my dad was here, he'd be like, "Put your signal on." Well, it's pretty obvious I'm going left. I'm not gonna end up in a ditch somewhere. Anyway, tick 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 tick. It's time for a donut. Well, it's time for 2 donuts. We're gonna get a donut from the drive-thru, and we're gonna make a donut with a car. Hope a dealership don't see this video. Left the cars in the dust. You already know when you shut off a Mercedes, it automatically goes into neutral. And when you pull the key out, it goes into park. But this one goes one step further. If you have a foot on the brake and you open the door, boom, you're parked. And the parking brake is applied. One thing about this door though, don't forget your key. When you try to take this door, when you open the door, it slides down a bit for the glass to get out, and when you close the door, the window folds back up. So that's all I can say about that. The thing about the manual, you can search by the vehicle. Whatever you want to look for. Seats. Trying to figure out, there's a lumbar support. Oh yeah, I can feel it now. Now I'll just show you. This button, it adjusts the lumbar support in the seat. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's down here. You can sort of see the seat moving, and you can definitely feel it. I prefer to have a medium lumbar. Now if you're like me, you ain't never going under the hood. But some of you probably wondering, how the hell do I get under here? This one doesn't have the pistons, so you have to actually hold it up. This is retarded. They put the washer fluid a little bit deeper, and it's not sealed at the bottom. So I don't know. I don't know how to close it now. There we go. But overall, I think it's a very stylish car. I think it's got a nice shape, it's got a nice look, and it's got a lot of power. This is obviously a cheaper car, and if I was you, I would definitely go with the more fully loaded C class, not the CL. And that's it.